Hey, Susan. How are you? Kat, we're going to have a big celebration. That was just the little celebration. So I will plan a big celebration that's official and we'll do all the things. We'll have to make a list of things. We'll have to make a list of things that you guys want to do for this goal, just like we did for the last one. Hey, Chica, how are you? It is good to see you. I am very excited about the 1,000 subscribers. I went in, and I thought I would have to wait for it to actually do its thing, but I didn't have to wait. Thank you. Aren't they cool, Chica? I know, Cricket, isn't it cool? Let me show you. They are on the floor. Nope, you didn't miss any prizes. I don't know what prizes I'm going to have this time. Okay, so these earrings, you see, they're felted. It's a felted cloud. No, you didn't miss the prizes, Kat. I didn't get that far. I just did just a quick little right at the time thing because it seemed like it'd be fun to do. I'm not sure if it automatically monetizes my streams or not. Somebody's going to have to tell me if there's commercials on this one. Iced rainbow cookies, that would be cool too, No Face. I like the idea of iced rainbow cookies. That sounds tasty. That sounds tasty. So how is everybody? Is it different around here now that I'm at 1,000 subscribers? I'm actually at more than 1,000 subscribers now. It's like 1,009 all of a sudden. It's excellent. So what about these chapters, y'all? Let me open my book. What did you guys think about these chapters? They were something else again. Again, I am going through these chapters and it is so difficult to remember. Thank you, Chica. The chapters are bad. Aren't they, Kat? They really are. I understand you feeling that way. Absolutely. No Face, how you doing? I have to remind myself that she's 12. She's 12. 12. We are chapter 14 and 15, Chica. I think that's what the title says. I can't read the title. 12 years old. So she lands in Clearwater without money, no phone number. No money, no phone number. She's 12. And she lands in Clearwater, and there's nobody there to pick her up. Like, y'all, 12. Oh, don't even, Kat. The way they talked about her mom to her was appalling. Very appalling. I liked, yeah, dorm with 15 and 16-year-olds who won't talk to her and actively shun her. Unimaginable, exactly. And she expects, I don't know what she was thinking because she was 12, so she wasn't thinking, but she expected she was going to stay in the same apartment. That's okay, Cricket. You'll catch up with us. So she arrives in Clearwater and she expects to go to the apartments that her mom was staying in Clearwater, and finds out no, she's going to the dorms. It never occurred to her that she wouldn't get her mother's apartment. Yeah, so then she's not staying with her mom, she's staying in a dormitory with 15 or 16. Now I was on my own. I claimed the bathroom for a quick shower. A girl banged on the door 5 times and shouted at me to hurry up. When I got out, one of the girls was mouthing off at me for taking too long. It seemed pretty harsh for a new place. I just walked away without saying anything. When I went to lie down for a short rest, there were no sheets on my bed. You're tired, Dusty? I bet you are tired. There were no sheets on my bed. Being too shy to ask, I almost burst into grateful tears when Diane saw that I needed linens and showed me where to get them. Tommen told me nothing. And then she gets a Sea Org uniform. Now she gets a Sea Org uniform, but she's away from her family, and she hasn't done what's necessary to become a Sea Org member. The courses sound awful without knowing how to become a Sea Org member. Exactly. She found Valeska, but Valeska was not allowed to be in the Commodore Messenger organization because her mom was speaking out against Scientology, so she was now responsible for serving food. And then later on, her aunt tells her, Shelley tells her, that she's not allowed to associate with Valeska. She's not allowed to associate with the galley crew. Indigo Twin, how are you? Cheeky, you think that they were shunning her because she was Miscaviage? Thank you, Indigo Twin. I found it interesting that they pushed her away so much that she decided to eat with Valeska and the galley crew. Whenever I asked if I could sit in an open spot, the CMO gals would tell me that someone else was there. It's almost like they were fucking with her. Like, I hope it's not too early in this. Now I have to worry about such things, y'all. Exactly. Exactly, Indigo Twin. Big Chief, thank you. I don't know that I'm extra spiffy. I've now got multiple places to sit. Cricket, you're opening the bar? Okay, what are we drinking, sweetie? What are we drinking? Longer than 30 seconds? That's the monetization magic number. Don't say fuck in the first 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. I have texts happening from the children. Hold on a moment. So, and then she doesn't know how to do laundry. Your mouth's a little sore. I bet it is, Indigo Twin, but I'm glad you got the root canal completed. They're not fun to do. I'm sorry you had to do it on a Saturday. Tart cherry juice with vodka. I love it, Cricket. Tart cherry. I love cherries. A little bit of Kirsch in there too, maybe, Cricket. A little bit of Kirsch or triple sec. It is very close to a vodka cranberry. You have a whole paragraph highlighted where she talks about the 10 points to keep it working. Yes, where is that? 10 points to keeping Scientology working verbatim. Reciting it over and over to a wall and having it verified by another student. I also had to learn the 10 different ways a word can be misunderstood. After I had read a series of bulletins, I was put through rigorous testing of my knowledge with what were known as theory drills and or what do you do drills. This meant another student would ask me a series of questions taken from quotes in the policies. What do you do, he might ask, or what are the 10 ways in which a word can be misunderstood? I would have to respond correctly and without hesitation in order to pass the drill. The shortest one I ever took was 25 questions, but they were usually between 40 and 100 questions in length. If you answered a question incorrectly, you would first have to finish the series of questions, then start again from the beginning until you could do a run through without a single flunk. As was standard for any Scientology classroom, we would receive daily meter and spot checks. Unbelievable. Scooter Mom, how are you doing? McGregor's pickle juice back? Really, Big Chief? If you say so. If you say so. Is that the chapter, Cat? And then Valeska disappears without saying her goodbye. Valeska suddenly disappeared. I mean, it's really weird. I didn't really fit in with the CMO group. They kind of thought it was strange that I hung out with the kitchen staff, so they kind of shunned me. When the course was over at 9:30, I caught the bus home and went to Valeska's room, only going to my room to sleep. If I got too scared in the middle of the night, I could still run across the apartment complex to Valeska's room and crawl into bed with her, because she's 12. I had to do my own laundry now, but I had no idea how to do it since one of the kids at the ranch was always assigned to that duty. Valeska helped me wash and iron my uniform shirts and showed me how to do it myself. I didn't know what I would have done without her. Next sentence. After a few weeks, Valeska suddenly disappeared without even saying goodbye. Her departure was so abrupt, I was really worried. And then she couldn't get ready in time to eat breakfast. Yeah, she was always starving by lunchtime. I thought it was sad how David Miscaviage basically groomed her to want to be in the CMO, but when she got there, she was treated so horribly by Shelley as well. Exactly. Lori, it's good to see you, sweetie. It's good to see you. Okay, Scooter Mom. Okay. It's just a terribly sad story, Big Chief, and it's just continual misery. It's awful. Here's an interesting point, though. Nothing about this return to Flag was panning out as I had envisioned it. My living situation, my routine, my courses, and my friends, none of it fit the picture that I'd created mentally or the experiences that I'd had in the past. During all 3 of my previous trips to Flag, my enjoyment had stemmed in no small part from having access to my mom's lifestyle and leisure. Now, suddenly, without that, I found myself at a loss, unsure of where I fit in and whether this was even where I wanted to be. Yes. They moved Valeska because you can't be associated with anyone who is a trouble source. Yeah, she said that. Maybe I'd been wrong. I was 12 and making decisions that would impact the rest of my life, and there was no margin for error. She was 12. She was 12. I didn't see them either, Cricket. I should go back and watch them. You could look at it as Shelley grooming her for CMO because she kept mentioning it and had been in the CMO herself. Sorry, guys, cat hair in the mouth. And then she gets pulled aside by Don's wife, Pilar, and Shelley, saying that she can't eat with the galley crew anymore, and she has to hang out with CMO and CMO only. Thanks, Scooter Mom. After those 2 meetings, I started going to CMO musters after each meal, just as Aunt Shelley had ordered. I was assigned a place at one of their tables, taking the pressure off of me to find our own seat. One day, not long after I arrived in Clearwater, the news that Don Jason had blown swept through morning muster. So Jenna got a hold of her mom and asked to come home. She already knew about Dawn leaving and said she'd book a flight. And a flight had been booked. And then, what's the WB, you guys? They keep saying the WB. What's down the... Annoyed and worried, I dragged all of my bags down the block to the WB. I can't remember what the WB is. I instantly recognized the voice of Sandra Phillips, a high-ranking officer in the Commodore Messenger organization. They love their acronyms. She said I needed to come over to the WB immediately. When I explained to her I was about to go to the airport to catch a flight back to California, she said there'd been a change of plans and I was to get over there right now. And then they screamed at her and interrogated her. West V building. Okay. I know, Kat. Wouldn't that be excellent? Maybe someday we can have a Zoom book club. That would be fun. And then they tell her she's staying. She tried to protest, but Jenny read her a quote from LRH's policy entitled Keeping Scientology Working. Quote, when somebody enrolls, consider they have joined up for the duration of the universe. Never permit an open-minded approach. If they're going to quit, let them quit fast. If they're enrolled, they're aboard, and if they're aboard, they're here on the same terms as the rest of us. Win or die in the attempt. We'd rather have you dead than incapable. The whole agonized future of this planet, every man, woman, and child on it, and your own destiny for the next endless trillions of years depends on what you do here and now with and in Scientology. Hi, Janelle. How are you? Win or die in the attempt, Kat. That is the quote they read her when she said she didn't want to do this. And Jenna says, as dramatic as this sounds now, at that moment, I really believed that the future of the planet rested on my 12-year-old shoulders. That's chapter 14. Win or die in the attempt, and we would rather have you dead than incapable. It's just sad. At the end of the chapter, I did too, 12 years old. Indigo Twin was your 50? Excellent, Janelle. Excellent. You know, if you use StreamYard or Prism or Streamlabs or any one of the other streaming platforms that you can integrate with YouTube, if you use any one of those, Janelle, it'll let you bypass the 50-person limit. You don't have to wait the week or so it'll take for the subscribers to register. So let's do some Xenu Marlenes and check in, y'all. Check in. Somebody left in the comments some great questions to add to the Wednesday wheel. How awful, Cricket says. I remember being terrified by things I was told as a Catholic, but this is next level. You don't have to pay. StreamYard has a free option, Janelle. You just have to stream less than 20 hours a month. My kid is trying to get me to use OBS, but I'm still certain that OBS is too complicated for me. I felt so heartbroken when she talked about all the people she felt she lost. Sharni, Justin, Valeska. It just, I don't know. Yep, you can do the free version, and there's also Prism. Riverside for recording. What's that, Indigo Twin? Interesting. I need to know what the best mic is to get if you guys have any suggestions. I am hearing a request for a microphone is the highest request you guys have. Not a camera, but a microphone. Which will be a little bit more difficult to do while I'm sitting here. Raised Lutheran? You were afraid of the Catholics too. So I grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota, which is a Catholic city with a huge Lutheran population. Check with Nora. She seems tech savvy. That's a good idea. It's another platform you can do for recording and podcasts. Interesting, Indigo Twin. Janelle, you just make me laugh. I grew up in a Catholic city with lots of Lutherans. We were afraid of the Catholics too. Indeed. She does seem a Yeti micro. I was looking at the Yetis. Okay. I think Nora has Hot Dish Nation Unite. Indeed. Indeed, Janelle. I think Nora has all her tech listed in her streams, if I recall correctly. What's going on with Cheryl, Dusty? Is she sick? One's in the chat for Cheryl. What's going on with Cheryl? I've heard people asking about her. What's going on, Dusty? More tin cans and string, no face. Hot dish and bars. Hot dish and bars. Oh, she got COVID on the trip? Really? As a teen, my friend came with me to a Roman Catholic church. She tripped over me when I genuflected before sitting in the pew. Oh, that's so funny, Chica. That's so funny. I remember tripping over the little kneely things because in my church, we didn't have little kneely things in the pews. She's been sick for a while, hasn't she, Dusty? I'm worried about her. She got somebody to take care of her. It is funny, Kat. It's very funny. You? Good for you, Dusty. 13 years Catholic school? Yeah, a friend of mine sent her kids to Catholic high school. They said you don't have to be Catholic to go to the high school, but you have to be Catholic when you're at high school. A week she's been sick. I'm glad you're taking care of her. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad the community's taking care of her, making sure she's okay. You're late, but you didn't do your homework. That's okay. We're just chit-chatting while we recover from chapter 1 and see what chapter 14 and see what chapter 15 endures. In chapter 15, oh, look, I can make thumbs ups. Is it going to do it? Come on. There. Will it do that? Okay, what else can I do? That's cool. I don't remember what others there are. Which people, Big Chief? Hearts. Oh, I can do hearts. There you go. I can do. Yep, it's the chapter that reveals her mom's affair. They interrogate the fuck out of her. Did you have sex with your father? Let me repeat. They asked a 12-year-old child in an interrogation to find out if she knew about her mother's affair. They asked a 12-year-old child if she had had sex with her father. Highly gross. Yes, I can't believe they asked her that. Yes, Big Chief. Has a withhold been missed? She asked me. She was trying to uncover whether I had done anything bad that I didn't want people to find out about. After confirming with the e-meter, she looked at me expectantly. No, I said, as this seemed like a reasonable response. Mr. Townsend didn't like that answer. I tried to think of minor withholds I was guilty of, like the fact that I was using Tom's phone to call home without telling him. But I didn't want to tell Mr. Townsend that one because she would tell Tom, and I would be no longer able to make calls from his place. Hilarious. Hilarious. She's 12. Listen to her. I tried to think of minor withholds I was guilty of, like the fact I was using Tom's phone to call home without telling him. But I didn't want to tell Mr. Townsend because she would tell Tom and I would no longer be able to make calls from his place. No, I said again. Apparently, the needle still indicated I was lying. For a third time, Mr. Townsend asked me about a miss withhold. Again, my response was no. I could tell she was getting really annoyed. Okay, she said. Have you robbed a bank? What? Okay, did you kill somebody? The questions were preposterous. Are you serious right now? I asked. At 12. Yes, I am, she said with a hint of annoyance, even as she delivered the next question. Did you have sex with your father? Just, I can't believe it. Come on. Come on. Come here. No? Okay. Sorry, guys. I thought he wanted up. At 12. So then Jenna just refused to talk to her. You have to do OT this week, Indigo Twin. That'll be good for you. Hey, Ryan. And then she gets escorted to another interrogation. The Mackenzie Phillips script. Mm-hmm. And then Claire helped. And for some reason, DJ, how are you? Yes, it went on for hours, Kat. For some reason, Claire arranges for them to go back to LA to find out what's going on with her mom. Like Claire doesn't know. I don't understand. Mr. Headley delivered me to my parents' apartment and left as soon as Dad walked in, giving us some privacy. Oh, Fuzzy. I know, Kat. Ashvini, how are you? Okay, DJ, I appreciate it. So she can see her dad and Claire can see Mark? Yeah. Yeah, she didn't bite him then. They backed down, though. Claire knows? I know Claire knows. Claire has to know. So all of the, I mean, they're treating her like a child. They're treating her like a child. Worst art class ever. We got to stop this thing. Yeah, you mean the ceramics. Hi, DJ. How are you? I am good, Ashvini. Thank you. I am good. How are you doing? Dad asked as he reached over to hug me. Now, this is her dad. And I've liked her dad as much as I can up till now. I tried to maintain my composure, but as I opened my mouth to respond, because she's 12, I felt the tears start to stream down my face. A jumble of thoughts and emotions poured out of me as I told him how worried I was about Mom. Thank you, DJ. And how I still hadn't been able to reach her. I also shared my horrible session administered by Mr. Townsend. Why would I turn you blue, Ashvini? Yeah, Kat. Exactly. Ashvini, you can turn you green and then we'll talk about turning me blue. Those fuchsias are good, Cricket. I am sorry about that, he said, looking me in the eyes. But what happened with Mr. Townsend was standard procedure in a situation like this. Uncomfortable, but necessary. Oh my goodness gracious, brain fog. 3 hours? No, you got to sit down and listen to the rest of the chapter, girl. Or at least you need to come back after you have a drink. Cricket's making great drinks. I know, Fuzzy. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. He likes to flirt with all the beautiful ladies. I will keep an eye out, DJ. That is an insane commute, brain fog. I am really, really sorry. I am really, really sorry. He does, huh? Okay. Go for a walk, eat. We'll see. Try to come back. I've missed your face. Make sure and open up your merged dragons and see if you can find me. You weren't here, No Face. You weren't here. Cricket made a great drink. It is an incredible commute, especially on a Sunday, Kat. Really? Especially on a Sunday. You're funny, DJ. You're funny. Okay, brain fog. Yes, you are the preferred bartender, No Face. Just like Chica says, Anne. Thank you, Anne. I'm really excited about the 1,000 subs. Things are already monetized. You guys should already be seeing commercials. I don't know. I'll make 30 cents if I'm lucky. But it's a start and not everybody gets monetized. So, hi, Kristen. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the congratulations. It's very exciting. It's very exciting. I'm going to plan a big celebration. You're after Scotch's gig, Cricket? Okay. No ads? Nice, Chica. No ads no matter what? That is nice. We have an account, so I never get ads either. And then Bless your heart, Anne. Exactly. YouTube Premium means I get the cents, but no ads. Exactly. YouTube Premium works. You're monetized now. When do you start receiving your royalties? No face. I think that's going to take a while. Oh, thanks, Kristen. Thank you. How are you doing, girl? How's the new job treating you? Are you adjusting? Anne, you're really kind. Anne is celebrating indeed. Chica likes it when she turns green. I like it when Chica turns green and also. It's a lot of fun. Anne is incredibly generous. She has been an incredible friend to the channel, and I really appreciate her. Hey, Mrs. Crepitus. How are you doing? It is nice to see you in here. Your little guy starts kindergarten tomorrow. Aw, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, and I'm glad you took the day off. You deserve it. Yes, shout outs to Anne. Who got the free memberships, guys? No face, were you one of the free ones? Okay, Robert. DJ, you're so funny. You're so funny. I need a footstool for this chair, guys. I have got a small stool in front of me, but it is not quite the right height. And so my feet start to hurt. My legs start to hurt after a little while. So Claire leaves. Jenna, the world does need laughter, DJ. Go subscribe, DJ, if you want amazing laughter. Go subscribe to Brain Fog if you're not already subscribed. Sir Crepitus gave you your very first membership. That is nice. Not no face? Okay, no face. DJ, for the laughter? Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Now we know. That is good. So Claire leaves her with her dad. Claire obviously already fucking knows. Everybody already fucking knows. Her dad tells her that her mom's having an affair. Hey, TCD. That's Ann Casillas you need to thank for the membership. Wasn't that sweet of her? She is just amazing around here. Amazing. And Uncle Dave is the one who told her dad about the affair. Exactly, Kat. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Susan. With who, I asked. Who do you think? Probably Don. Yep, that's right, Dad said. Did you know this was happening? Did you know this was happening? I know you do, Chica. I know you can't. Well, I wonder how Dave knew. How did Dave find out? I know, the whole thing is weird. Uncle Dave had been nice enough to pull him aside and tell him about the affair himself. What 12-year-old would know? Exactly, Chica. What 12-year-old would know? I think this is an interesting question that Kat asks. What did you guys think about Uncle Dave telling him? I thought it was a little weird myself. I thought it was a little weird. Surveillance indeed, Janelle. Brain fog is an amalgam of giggles, information, and randomness. And Papa Cat, indeed. What are people's thoughts about Uncle Dave telling him? I want to know how Uncle Dave know. It is difficult to be sympathetic when her dad is such a creep. Yeah, and up till now, her dad has been like the involved one. I don't know. It's very weird. Yes, Fuzzy. It is a new emote. Uncle Davy is way a creepster. And then her dad tells her, like, the fuck, you guys. It was weird, but Davy probably wanted to be seen as the good brother. I don't know. Just weird. Weird. Dad told me that he felt like the last 2 years of their marriage had been a lie and that Uncle Dave had been nice enough to pull him aside to tell him about the affair himself. Who tells their 12-year-old child that? I love Jenna's comment at the end of this, though. He must have put out of his mind that their relationship had begun with their committing an out 2D before they were married. Study time? Indeed, study time. Indeed, study time. Anybody have any other thoughts about why Dave wanted to tell his brother so much? I don't know. It's a little wonkadoodle. Is she doing okay is Jenna's question. And her father seemed shocked. Like, who told her which, Susan? Dad did. Her dad did. Her dad said, while the book, this chapter, I can talk. I can talk. Davy wants to control the situation. Power diminished them. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense, Chica. So the paragraph says, while I attempted to keep my feelings in check, Dad proved unable to control his and started tearing up. He told me that he felt like the last 2 years of their marriage had been a lie and that Uncle Dave had been nice enough to pull him aside to tell him about the affair himself. I gave him a sympathetic hug as it seemed the right thing to do. Oh, that mom and dad began without 2D? I don't know. I don't know where she got that information, Susan. But yeah, how would she even have that information? Davy had to control how his brother got the info so he didn't cause a scene in Davy's office when he found out. That makes sense. That makes sense, Scooter Mom. Dave knew because people report on each other to him, and he told Rondi to control him and keep him in the church. Okay. And then Shelley tells her that the reason Mom wanted her in Flag was to keep in touch with Dawn. Right, Kat? Like, what the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? The only reason your mom wanted you in Flag is so she could have an affair with Dawn. That's the whole reason that all happened? Why would you tell anybody that? And then her dad makes her go through all her mom's shit. He's in the process of going through her possessions and packing them to send them to storage because she wouldn't need them again, and asked her to help. Dad would hold up a piece of clothing and say, "Do you want this? She'll never need that again," insinuating she was going to be gone for a long time. The right thing to do, but not the Scientology thing to do. Yes. Oh my God. She knew because they told her. Biddy and Ronnie left the Sea Org before Jenna was born. After she was born, they re-enlisted. You're here for the fire? Okay. I can get spicy. And he trauma dumps Jenna about their marriage. Like, yeah, it's your fucking daughter. Right, Indigo Twin? It was hard to know how I should react to all of this. If I were following Scientology, the proper response would have been to hate her immediately, not because she jeopardized our family, but because she'd broken Scientology rules. Now remember, she's 12. Indigo Twin, good night. Sleep well. I hope the OT goes well. Too much information for a child, indeed. I hope your mouth feels better. I hope the pain is lessened. And I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. 15 watchers, 9 likes. Come on, guys, like and subscribe. Math ain't mathin', indeed. They don't see her as a child, but they do see her as a child, Scooter Mom. They're treating her as a child. I mean, they do and they don't. It's really weird. It's really weird. So here's the thing. She didn't know how to react to all of it because you see 19 thumbs up? Okay. Excellent, DJ. Jenna says, what worried me, though, was that I didn't hate her. Sure, I was upset with her, but I didn't hate her. In fact, I still loved her. I knew that this wasn't the proper feeling to have, so I kept it to myself. Thanks, DJ. I appreciate the count. And then Aunt Shelley walks in and says, I heard you took the news like a champ. I heard you took the news like a champ. When I told Aunt Shelley that I was worried about my mom and that I didn't want her to be sad, she became much less complimentary. Did you know, Shelley continued, that the reason your mom wanted to send you back to Flag for your auditing classes was that she was looking for a way to stay in touch with Dawn? Those words landed hard. I didn't know if they were true or just an exaggeration on Aunt Shelley's part. While I was still stomaching that news, wondering whether it was true, Shelley tried to explain why the RPF was the right place for my mom, stating that she had a history of this and making it clear that she strongly disapproved of my mom's behavior. I don't know, then it just gets even more wonky because at Christmas, her father says, Uncle Dave wants to see her. Yeah, I know, Chica, me too. He's in the billiards room. And then he says, your mother has been asking me to see you. Dave Miscaviage says to Jenna. And here's the thing that hit me the hardest so far in this book. Turning over Uncle Dave's words, the truth was that I didn't want to see her. It wasn't because I knew that's what Uncle Dave wanted to hear, but because I didn't want to have to see her and talk about everything. I didn't want to sit around, rehash what she had done, and have to confront all the confusing feelings that this conversation would inevitably produce. I wasn't mad at her. I just wanted to avoid the emotion of the situation, as I'd been taught. I wanted things to be normal. And then there's this weird story about Christmas. And Dad wants her to say goodbye to Uncle Dave and Aunt Shelley. And Uncle Dave rushes back to his office because she's sick and Shelley insists on rebooking her flight. And that's the end. That's the end of her being 12. Because if you read ahead, she gets back just short of her 13th birthday. Right. Cat. Right? The actual fuck. I mean, your mom's been telling me she wants to see you. And let the child decide that? Put it on the child to decide that? Put the child in that situation? Make the child send that letter? I mean, the whole situation is thoughtless. It's just thoughtless. I'm not disagreeing there, Chica. I don't have a whole lot of words. Not many at all. There is nothing much to say. Nothing much at all. It's very calculated. It's so divisive. So, yeah, and celebrate Christmas to add to all the hypocrisy. There you go, Cricket. You're not wrong with that. Here, it's Christmas. Write your mom a letter saying you don't want to see her. Fuck me. Oh my God. Here, it's Christmas. Write your mom a letter saying you don't want to see her anymore. Oh my God. We don't even think straight around here. We just don't. Orion, come here. Come here, puppy. Come here. Come here, Orion. Come here. I'm going to see if I can find you in Orion. How to lose friends and manipulate people. They're using a child in such despicable ways. Indeed, they are. Indeed, they are. How to lose friends and manipulate people. Yes. Yes. So it's really hard, guys. How do we separate the behavior from the people? How do we give grace? And still call out bad actors? She said she left out a lot. She said it's authentic as to the series of events. Yeah, I know, Kat. I know it is. But I'm thinking that all the hurt that comes when we reduce people to just their behavior. And that essentially that's what Scientology does, is it reduces people to their behavior. And if you're not appropriately behaving, then you're bad. Yes, she did, Chica. She tried very hard not to hurt her parents. I listened to something really good a couple of weeks ago. Yes, we are going to do Wednesday's Wheel of Carrie. Indeed, we are, No Face, and I'm looking for more comments. Where does victim end and perpetrator begin? So we all know about the boy who cried wolf, right? But let's think about the boy who cried wolf from a different perspective. Let's consider you're the investigator called in to investigate the death of this boy. And what's your first question as an investigator? To the people of the community, what's your first question? Your first question is, well, what happened, right? And the people in the community are going to tell you a story. And the story they're going to tell you, the story they're going to tell you is that this boy, he cried wolf the first time, and they came up to check, and there was no wolf. And so, and the police officer, the investigator, you as the investigator, you're going to go, well, there was clearly a wolf because the kid's dead, right? So you came up the first time he cried wolf, you came up and you investigated and you looked around and you left because there was no wolf, right? And the people in the community are going to say, yeah, that's what we did. And you're going to go, you left him here all alone. And they're going to say, yeah, because he lied. There was no wolf. We all came. There was no wolf. And the investigator is going to say, yeah, but there was a wolf. Clearly. So then what'd you do? Well, then he cried wolf a second time. The investigator is going to say, so he cried wolf a second time. And the community is going to say, yeah, and we all came up. And the investigator is going to say, great. And what'd you all find? The community is going to say, well, we looked around and we didn't find anything. There was no wolf. And the investigator, you as the investigator, are going to say, there was clearly a wolf because the child is dead. So again, you told him there was no wolf, and you left somebody up here to help in case there was a wolf, right? And the community's going to say, no, we all went back to what we were doing because we checked and there was no wolf. And the investigator is going to say, clearly, there was a wolf. So then what did you do? Well, the boy cried wolf a third time. And did you come? No, because there'd been no wolf the first two times. So, I just think it's a very interesting perspective on the story of the boy who cried wolf. Everybody has a story, and it is really important for us to remember that everybody's story is valid. Scientology is the wolf. The boy cried, but no one heard because the wolf suppressed his cries for help. The boy gets eaten, and the wolf covers it up and asks for more money. There you go. There you go, No Face. Scientology creates a system in which nobody is without fault, because you have to. You have to, or else. You have to, or else. And what do we think when the parents give their children to the wolf? How many of those parents were given to the wolf? So that's all they know. We cry. I pray. But there has to be restoration. There has to be, what's the word I'm looking for? We have to recognize that all the stories, a lot were not children when they joined. What about them? I don't know, Kat. I don't know about them. I think that they think that Scientology's way is better. I mean, and some of them, I mean, some of them said no. Reckoning, no. It's a religious word that has to do with the forgiveness of sins. I think it starts with an R. It'll come to me. To stop the wolf, insulting to wolves. Yeah, it is insulting to wolves. Look at these parents who send their troubled kids to these abusive programs and the kids get abused or die. Repentance. There has to be a place for repentance and restoration, reconciliation. Close repentance. There has to be restoration into the community. There has to be a way that we believe that people can come out of being awful. I worry sometimes that it is too easy to think that Scientologists are the enemy rather than Scientology. Close. No face. Redemption. There has to be a place for redemption. Thank you, Janelle. There has to be a place for redemption. The parents have trouble saying, I am sorry. You will be useful. You're useful, Janelle. We like having you around. I can imagine that the parents do have trouble saying, I am sorry. I think maybe the parents need their stories listened to, and they shouldn't expect their children to listen to their stories, but maybe the parents need their stories listened to as well. I don't know. Janelle is for the win. Indeed, Janelle for the win. Amy, thank you. I don't remember. I don't remember doing. It doesn't make sense that I would do it. I've got no memory. And my kids come to me with this shit. Let me rephrase, in case my children are watching. My kids come to me with stuff that I literally don't remember. Now, we're not talking about Scientology. But yeah, they remember stuff. And I know that I've gone to my mom with stuff that she doesn't remember. And it is really hard. When you just flat out don't remember. No, Face, you're funny. Your phone is bad. I guess I told the story about the boy who cried wolf to really show that the townsfolk thought their story was valid and they weren't trying to be bad folks. It's different, Cricket says. It's different, but I think of my friends in addiction recovery who regrow relationships with their children after taking responsibility for their past. I agree. They have a system to come into that is developed and nurturing and encourages them to do that. So there is mentoring and counseling to bring addicts into how to be better people. I mean, that's the whole point of a program. That's the whole point of a sponsor. We don't have that with Scientology. So I think that would be something really important to try, Cricket. I think you make a lot of sense, but I think that's why it's different. Scientology pushes people into marriage because of the birthing situation and the purity culture. Doesn't sound like there's much love. Well, Janelle, it doesn't sound like there's a fucking opportunity. Pardon my language. It doesn't sound like there's a bloody opportunity. I'll just pick a different swear word in a different language. To develop any love, because if you're flowing out to, like, you've got to get married before you even experiment about if there's any love. Like your daughter brings up you taking her to speech therapy because I was concerned and she's mad that you did that. Right, Amy. I mean, this isn't the kind of thing we're talking about with Scientology, obviously, but it can be really hard. The stories don't agree, and both stories are valid. Both stories are valid. People can be forgiven but still held accountable. Yes, I think so. I think so, Susan. I find it hard to begrudge them love when they find it. In the same way, I don't begrudge Aaron his pursuit of happiness. Mm-hmm. I do too, Janelle. I think that's really important. They need an OT 7 step, something like that, Janelle. Something like that. Something like that. Ex Scientologists are still so resistant to counseling that they can't really mentor each other either. Exactly, Scooter Mom. It's really hard. I mean, I think. Oh. So, we're talking about the Wheel of Carrie on Wednesdays. Wednesday's Wheel of Carrie. Snowface's new game. It's the Wheel of Carrie. And there are all kinds of random questions, some of which I don't know that I'm going to have an answer for. That I pick from in a wheel and answer on Wednesdays. Natalie fought the wolves every step of the way to save her kids. She did. She did. What I was going to say about Natalie, I know I'm bouncing all over the place now, guys. I'm sorry. Is maybe it'll all come together. Oh, I know. It was the mentoring. Natalie talks about how much Tony mentored her about how to be a real person. It's okay, Janelle. So we got to really learn these people. I mean, we got to remember, it's really important to remember the environment that these people are coming out of. And that they don't necessarily know. Hi, Bubba. You gonna come here and say hi to everybody? Come here. Come on up. Bup, bup. No. Come here. Everybody wants to say hi to you. Hold on a second, y'all. That's enough. No, you don't need to lick. Just say hi. Just say hi. Amy, you were a great mom. I had to go to speech therapy. I had a speech impediment as a child. I could not say my S's nor my T's, nor my Z's, nor my ch's or sh's or J's. I couldn't say any of those properly. Yes, hi, Orion. Snarfy, snarfy. That's enough. Hey. Hey. I think every ex-cult member needs a sponsor too, Amy. I think that would be an excellent thing for them to do. It's a good thing I could say mine ends. Exactly. Your daughter needed speech therapy? I know, Susan. Come on, Orion. Enough with the licking. Say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. I know, isn't it funny, Chica? He totally gives me the side eye. You clock that? He's unbelievable. You guys, we missed it. We missed the first Minnesota goodbye. And now we're at the second Minnesota goodbye. I can't even believe we missed him. He does like to give me the side eye, this one. Indeed, he does. I worry that we're so busy calling people OSA that we're forgetting that there might be actual people. Really, Chica? I like Kira. That's a sweet name. Your son had speech therapy too? I remember saying, yes, 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 yellow. And he said, yeah, 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 la, la, lo. Yeah, yeah, la, lo. Yeah, yeah, yellow. And he'd say, yeah, yeah, la, lo. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My parents, we had a speech therapist in my school, but my parents, I don't know what my daddy was thinking, but he sent me to the speech therapist's office in first grade to advocate for myself for speech therapy. They didn't realize, they didn't hear that I had a problem, and I didn't know I had a problem until I started school. So I was complaining about all the other kids telling me I spoke wrong. And they were right. I did speak wrong. I talked like this. It's like this. Scooby-Doo was Padoo. So, sponsorship can be a good thing depending on the sponsor. Indeed, it depends on the sponsor. That said, the power lies in having a shared experience. Allies are important, but there's no replacement for peer support. Yeah, Cricket. Yeah, I agree. I spoke differently. Yes, I did. I spoke differently. The other kids didn't like it. What won't teach her, Janelle? I missed it. So I spoke differently, and the other kids made fun of me and my parents because we had a speech therapist at my school. Somebody made a comment in my comments yesterday that they wanted to see me down like 4 beers in the first 5 minutes or something like that. I was like, literally, that's not going to happen. Literally, that's not going to happen. Sending me to the office? Well, it actually did. It actually did. They sent me to the speech therapist's office, and I asked for help. And then I took speech therapy for 3 years, and I learned how to say all of my S's properly. You remember you'd mom using the Dr. Seuss books to help your brothers read? Yeah, Janelle. I don't know, Amy. I don't know. So many beers. I'm like, you're going to have to send me really big super chats to get me to drink beer. Really big super chats to get me to drink beer. They'd have to be really big. I'm not going to do it just for the 1,000 subscriber celebration. We have 20 minutes left. What would be fun? When should we have? I mean, I'd take 4 big bong rips, y'all. But I am not. Exactly, Janelle. Exactly. Susan. I didn't. I didn't know I was that hard to keep in line. A college funnel challenge. Exactly, Amy. Exactly. I don't know what the deal is. But what would you guys like in a celebration? What would be fun? Last time we had a giveaway. I could give away some stickers again. I could give away another bracelet if you guys would like another bracelet. We could have scotch on again if you want. After 4 beers, I might be. After 4 beers, I'm just going to want to go to sleep, is what I'm going to want. Ugh, I don't like beer. I don't like beer. Fundraiser? For what, Janelle? A Scientology fundraiser? Yes, Scooter Mom. Canadians do qualify for the prizes. It's a bitch and a half to send shit to y'all, but you do qualify. Last time I gave away stickers that Pup Groomer sent me, and I gave away Nancy's legal fees or the SPTV Foundation. Let me think about that. Really, Chica. I can't believe they're pushing this. It's Is anybody doing a fundraiser? I mean, here's the thing, guys. I might have 20 of you max. I'd rather take a personality test, no face. I'd rather walk in the building and take the personality test. Oh my goodness. Given that choice, I would probably let me think about it, Janelle. It's a good thought, Janelle. It's you would chug the 40 ounces. You chug the beer and then go in. No face. That's funny. You'd chug the 40 ounce. Chica, that might work. That might work. My biggest concern, y'all, like I said, is there's between 12 and 20 of you here. And I don't want to. Y'all only have so much money. You don't drink, you do a food challenge. I mean, there's not many of you I can ask. So I can do that. I just don't know that I can do it for 2 hours. You know what I mean? I don't have the audience to do that. Okay, Janelle. I think I will talk to Dusty. Um Sorry guys, I have children texting me. Yeah, we'll see if it builds. We'll see if it builds. So this, y'all, is time. Raw blowfish or Dianetics? Dianetics. Dianetics. You need the food challenge, huh? Raw blowfish or Dianetics? Dianetics, for sure. I would read that book. Go read it with Miss Kim. You'd rather eat Dianetics. Do you really, Amy? Can you read the blowfish? That would be cool. Better to burn the book. Diuretics. I was so confused when I was a kid between the difference between Dianetics and diuretics. They sounded like the same thing. Just read. Damn it all, you guys. Just read the Blowfish. I can't speak for Nancy, but I know in the past she said she doesn't want to end up with funds beyond what she knows she needs. We can support her directly through the options on her page. Robert, you win. You win, sir. What is for dinner tonight? She is awesome in fighting for us all. Yeah. So here's my fundraiser plea, everybody. Susan, can you drop Nancy Drew's fundraising link? I can't believe this is continuing, but we need to continue to raise funds for her. So please drop Nancy Drew's link on the page. Robert, you are the first person to show up after the third Minnesota goodbye today. Fresh steak fries. Nice, Robert. You always win. I know you do. It is terrible about the gag order. I don't understand. I don't understand. Raw blowfish with Scientology sauce. Let's have a better dinner than that, No Face. Let's have a better dinner than that. She can't speak in chat, but she can be here, and I'd like her to know that we're keeping her in our thoughts. Okay. I am worried about her lawyer, Chica. I am worried about her lawyer. Robert, fresh steak fries sounds lovely. I think I am having biscuits and gravy for dinner. I think that's my dinner. We shall see. Biscuits and gravy sounds good. Can you find it, Susan? I can go look for it if you need me to. I like Chinese, Amy. I like Chinese. Yeah, well, doesn't she have a link to like a link link tree or something? Just her link tree is fine. I don't know. I don't know. You went out for dinner, pork, congee, and salad. Nice. I don't know, Scooter Mom. I don't know what happened with that. Then you made meat sauce to cover a few dinners this week. Excellent, Amy. Venmo if she's got it. What's her link tree say? Hold on. She does have a Venmo. Here's her link tree. There's her link tree. And there's a Venmo in it. I wish she had I feel like she's thrown into the deep end with a situation that she has no idea how to navigate, and she doesn't have anyone to help guide her through it without without her having to ask the lawyer all the time. Exactly that, Susan. Applewood smoked bacon pork loin, steamed buttered asparagus with mushrooms, and cheddar broccoli rolls and Hawaiian rolls. No face. Can I come to dinner at your house? Oh my goodness. I don't even like asparagus or broccoli, and I want to come for dinner. Boy, howdy. Did y'all see that? My mouth is watering, no face. Susan, I'm sorry. I did beat you, but that's okay. It's very expensive to pay a new retainer. Indeed, Amy. A mini fundraiser. Indeed, Janelle. Indeed. And we got it dropped twice, which is excellent. Thank you, Susan. Exactly, Chica. No face, can we all come for dinner? He's always bringing the menu, the drinks, and the food. No face, I didn't realize you were so talented at the food end as well. You had barbecue steak and loaded potato skins and a McFlurry for after. Nice. It's okay, Susan. It wasn't a rush. Yeah, I'm drooling too. It wasn't a rush. I was just able to get it. And it's okay. Sometimes when I'm not, somehow it seems easier to mod your own channel. I don't know why that is. It seems harder to do all the things when I'm out moderating for other channels. Things don't work as well. Your talent is reading the instructions on the back of the boxes. I tell people that too, no face. I tell them all I do is read the recipe. It's not any talent. I just follow. I know how to pick good recipes and I follow the recipe. Oh, Chica. I dream of the day that Cuba no longer has this problem. And I know it's not just a problem. I know it's political and complicated. But I still dream of the day that it's all resolved and you can be in Cuba and buy all the groceries for the amazing dishes and travel to all the places you want to travel to. Long green crayons. I will pass on the long green crayons. I have encountered asparagus that I have eaten, but it was the very tips of the very youngest asparagus. And even then, it's really hard. It's really hard. Asparagus is one of the worst for me. It's slimy. It's slimy. August asparagus is sus. Yeah, Janelle, that too. Not particularly fresh, is it? Where is it coming from in August? You picked us not steamed? Does steaming it make it slimy? Is that why it's slimy, no face? You picked asparagus as a kid and you lasted one day. Yeah, I've heard that's hard too. Shouldn't be slimy. Yeah, it was always slimy when I was a kid. Nasty, slimy shit. Black. No, the opposite of steaming. You cook asparagus in Italian dressing in Pyrex. Mm. Does it still make your peas smell? Steam keeps them crunchy and firm. Oh, okay. Sunrise Dawn, how you doing? You're the second person to arrive after the third Minnesota goodbye. I know, Susan, you love vegetables, not sweets. Shouldn't be slimy. It's okay, Chica. I know it's on your phone. I know it's on your phone. Your comment, Amy, the reason I was giggling at your comment about the pea stinking is it rolled up in my comments at the very same moment I was saying. It rolled up in my comments at the very same moment I was saying it. So I thought it was funny. We were saying the same thing at the same time, even though we weren't, because there was a delay, but you guys know what I mean. Indeed, there's Dawn. Pea will smell like delicious asparagus. Blackie poo. You've never had them, but people, yes, fiddlehead ferns are a big deal, Cricket. And I think that's more green than I want. But spring fiddlehead fern heads is a big deal. Yes. Yes, we have lots of that here in the Pacific Northwest. Lots of fiddlehead fern eating. It's all about the butter they're cooked in. See, Janelle would know, Pacific Northwest. It's all about the butter. Really, Janelle? Okay, Scooter Mom. Enjoy the stretches. Been a blah kind of day. The AC keeps freezing up. Hot in the house, but it's better now, and hubby is super irritable. Have they still not gotten his meds worked out, Sunrise? See you, Scooter Mom. You've never heard of those? Yeah, it's totally a thing. Yes, with a slice of bacon would also make sense, Cricket. I can see people doing that. That is spring foraging. They bring in the fiddlehead ferns, amongst all the other things, the mushrooms, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Sunrise Dawn, we have had a lovely evening. I mean, in spite of this horrible book that Jenna wrote. It's not a horrible book. It's a very good book. It's just a horrible, horrible circumstance. You got to run? Okay, Kat. Thanks for coming, sweetie. It's always good to see you. Talk soon, okay? It's not his meds, you don't think? He's just irritable because it's hot and he's taking it out on you? Well, that blows, Dawn. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, exactly. We foraged for them in Alaska. You just don't like competing with emerging bears. Exactly that. Yes, good night, Kat. I'm glad you could make it. Thank you, Sunrise. I finally got a little better. I'm still not thrilled with the light in here. Still not thrilled with the light in here, but it's better without the overhead light on. Because the overhead light was just putting me in shadow the way it falls. Hey, Orion. Orion. Okay. Well, with this said, y'all, I think that we are on 4th Minnesota Goodbye. No headless mannequin tonight. No, I didn't want to sit at my desk again tonight. I wanted to be a little more comfortable. So 4th Minnesota Goodbye. You're so sweet, Janelle. Thank you, Chica. I didn't change much. I just turned off the overhead light, which is really bright. And so the light's coming at me from in front of me. So take care, you guys. Thank you for coming. I will see you at a minimum on Wednesday for Carrie's Wheel of Wednesday. Yes, no shadows. Exactly, Chica. You're welcome, Janelle. Really brings out my rainbows. That's excellent, No Face. I like the rainbows. They're fun. So what's it called again, No Face? The Wheel, Wednesday's Wheel of Carrie? We will start that this Wednesday. So if I don't see you before then, love and hugs, and I will see you either on Wednesday or at a minimum next week when we read the next couple of chapters. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.